making their way on in through the double doors already, taking one of those tripwires out and getting rid of those. Obviously, it's a fair trade when you're only removing your Prowler. It's going to mean Mixwell has to hold that angle for the rest of the round.
That's the thing. Even just the doubt that that is thrown in alone will be enough to cause some issues for Heretics. But with how deep control they already have, this could be a nasty surprise. Now, Zeek is already just looking to try and take some contact. Basically, allow his teammates to be that nasty surprise. 9-2 should get the information. keloqz is up top. It's a bit of an awkward fight. And in fact, overall, it came out on top for EG.
Well, although Ethan goes down in the end, like with the damage done, Calm and Jawgemo, it's not great. It really isn't. Like, they're in a position now where these...
Down, and Jawgemo trying to just find a little bit more here as the defenders are struggling to get their way back through. Not a lot of utility to play with here as they look to try and connect any sort of shots, but they are shutting it down. Boo will at least be able to get one, but EG are there with the start.
That's what they...
While. So I'm looking at players like keloqz. Is he going to be as good as he has been, say, back in Berlin? Is that going to be possible? Then you look on the other side of Jawgemo, is he going to bring it on the stage? So there's a lot of questions to be answered. As you said, Mitch, in this round, not so much. You expect EG to take this one comfortably, and even 2 kills here would be fine for Heretics.
Yeah, again, when it comes to these fights, especially with keloqz being on the A side now, you really can't expect much from them. You got a player trapped inside the elbow, so a nice little stylish move. They get 1 kill for their trouble on Heretics. It's not too bad. Second follows. Anything from this point is a little devastating, and there it is. keloqz following up. Everyone else was 150, so a headshot needed, but with 3 kills.
And already, a rotation coming back through to try and give them that little bit of extra support on this side of the map.
Like right now. They're going in. I mean, the fact that you've got 2 players this close already, it's dangerous. Team Heretics able to get the jump on them. And now with that spike planted, I mean, look, EG can play their positions, but it's all down to timing here for Common. Look at that. The second he moves, keloqz rounds the corner and somehow walks out with the second. This is now incredibly difficult for Boostio. Some players tagged up, but he has to hit every single shot. It was close. A nice attempt, but Zeek survived the initial barrage of bullets. They'll find their first, only barely.
Yeah, the thing is, though, you have to bear in mind that that was an investment coming out of the side from EG. So although...
I can say for sure is Team Heretics early round, they're looking at the other side of the map. We've seen their B aggression, but this time taking some early A control, spotting that out, and we could see some early rotations to this B site. Traps in new positions, and that's going to be something that they have to contend with on their way in. Ethan already making quite a bit of space, catching a fair bit of information, and you can see he's just scouting it out, acting as a recon dart, but here he makes a decision. Does he go back, or is he committing to it? And it's a full commitment out of Ethan! He's caught Zeek completely off guard! Now the site's under threat. There's enemies all around. They need to clear out a safe haven for themselves. The decoy almost catching them, and now they realize, okay, we've got control, but look how much time that bought.
Yeah, that's the thing. Ethan was so low on HP, he's just decided to leave. keloqz, though, has already caught the close man. They're going to try and find if there's anybody else lurking around the backlines, and Boo with the spam has found another. In behind them is Ethan. He's managed to sneak his way through, but keloqz has found his 3rd in the round. Just 1 left standing. VCJ trying to hold it down. The time, though, has the time actually gone already? I think it might have done. It's going to be incredibly close, and they win it anyway. Even with... Still, though, you look at the purchases in this one, and it's actually in favor of Heretics. Being able to save those 3 guns through, it's going to be another stinger for Ethan. They managed to make it work in the last round, but keloqz, he is flying at the moment. That was the main question I had. If keloqz is on, they win this game. If keloqz is off, they don't stand a chance. Those are the sort of 2 sides to this Heretics roster at the moment. Right now, he is on. Even though they lost that last round, he managed to get 3 kills with that Blade Storm.
It's a good sign. It absolutely is, and starting this one off well. Look, they've got their 2-man advantage. There's no need to panic. Camera watching over to double doors, trap for B long. Just a ton of control to play with. And like we said, one of the main problems here is if EG are dealing with that Sentinel utility, but in this round they haven't just yet. And this is leaving them in a position where they're running into a stack.
Again, just instant trade from keloqz. They're going to eventually find out this piece of utility is still sat around. Trying to work out if there's a way to get around it without actually tripping it, and the answer is no. They're going to walk straight in. 30 seconds, stun through from the other side as Mixwell looks to try and pincer in. He'll find that first. BCJ was in astral form, and he will fall.
They're trying to clear this out and figure out how it was being held. Now realizing that the trap had been moved, they blitz into the site. There's still players here, but keloqz decides to leave. A quick kill though. BCJ caught playing a little slower through.
Really?
Oh, Boostio with a classic in hand. keloqz though going nuclear on the site with a double. That's shut down any chance of these pistols making it costly. Only
performances and be like, oh, he's fallen off. He was always best when he made it to a LAN stage. And you're seeing it right now. He is just, the confidence this man has is maybe a little bit too much sometimes.
Well, I mean, he made it out of there, 5 HP, but he still got some health to work with. Not going to be too easy. You know, the games we saw yesterday, Tom, we had a lot of healing abilities in there. Not a luxury that keloqz has on his team. So he is going to remain one shot to absolutely anything. And this team seems to be gradually shifting towards him. They've left the spike behind, though. They haven't made their mind up yet. This might sell it, though. A quick double, and the 5 HP keloqz is the last man standing on B.
Well, that's not going to make much of a difference. Down to 1. Shot not connected and really starting to come under pressure. They know exactly where he is, and he's starting to be pushed from behind. He's dead. No chance of survival in that scenario. The rotation has finally come through from the rest of the team, but EG have done well to pick this defense apart. Boo is hoping he can maybe make a little bit of space for AvovA. The spike is still only just rotating in, so it's not like the clock is against them just yet, and AvovA has managed to sneak his way through.
Oh, well, Ethan had spotted that evidently. And with that, the round is closed out quickly. I gotta say, you know, the Nightfall there as well. Ethan, actually ridiculous. He's behind them on A right now. The lineup is perfect. Ethan,
it doesn't matter though. keloqz is just killing everyone. They tried to bypass him and he just gets 4 kills. What is happening? He's just decimating at the moment. And now Ethan, as you said, he was lining up. He was getting in behind them. But it doesn't matter. All of his team are dead. He now needs to ace.
They were banking on his flank so much. The ultimate after the TP was right behind them, but inside they've got to get it started eventually and on the way through. Zeek good to pick it up, but it's Jet in the corner. Could be the point man for this round, catching them off. The spray's good, but the damage isn't there in the end. A right click to bring it down to 1 enemy left. Mixwell, the father of Valorant, now has to close this out. And let's see if he can find it. The dash, it's quick, and he's just playing the clock here. It might again come down to the time. I don't think he's got it.
Yeah, he's not got it. It's the second time. And this round is
more valuable. And keloqz popping off. Or maybe he can just, yeah, he'll do it with the Sheriff anyways. For now, it doesn't look like he'll be doing too much. They had a camera down on B-Long early. That got destroyed, and now so has Boo, the camera operator, and his support out of the round. And that rifle, well, it didn't do very much in Mixwell's hands.
For Ethan, there you go.
Great.
Do a little fish gun.
I saw a guy that actually made that in real life, even with the fish and everything, like 3D printed, put it together. No, not a real fish.
Okay,
no,
I was like, that sounds
No, that's
cruel.
dangerous. Yeah, no, he's not a lunatic.
All right. Okay, nice shot from Zeek. I don't think they'll get too much more from this. Jawgemo again just fragging out. Zeke's got another. Not been the best game for him so far, but he's going to try and get a rifle and potentially just get out of there with it.
He saved Mixwell's rifle. No, he didn't. He's going out for it. I mean, look, dealing damage here, it's not a terrible idea. Again, if we take a look at the credits, as we have the whole way through, these rounds have been close.
Straight past the trap he goes into the A side, just taking all of the space, and it almost seems like at this point, they're just opting to try and play the retake. Not even wanting to go anywhere near it. The flash is solid though. Even still, it's going to be an even trade.
That was a really nice flash that he used initially to push AvovA into the smoke to gain that space again. Just his space-taking ability undeniably strong right now, but this Heretics play back into A looks unreal. A lockdown in play, 6 seconds left on it. In comes the nade to try and destroy it, and it looks like it's just about missed. They're going to be stuck inside of it. The timer's gone. They've just about made it out, but now the clock runs way down. They might have another star to play with here. BCJ needs to try and deny it. The spray down, not good enough, and no utility remaining. This round goes to Heretics. It looked like EG might have had a fighting chance, though.
Yeah. Zeek. Looks like he might be against an early fight. Look, Jawgemo again, he knows where the space is. He knows where they've been having issues dealing with their prowlers, but he's not going to win the duel. Calm, quick on the trade, however. However, again, it's instantly back. Well done from Heretics to keep that one in control, and you mentioned the man of the moment. He's got another kill on the board.
And potentially another with BCJ sad here. That spike was spotted moments ago. He saw keloqz run back, but still committing to this position. I mean, you got to rely on Boostio. He hasn't found that kill. And now he knows there's going to be an op train down on him. This is a tough fight to win. And with BCJ going down, the chances turn to 0. 6-6 at the halftime mark. We are neck and neck. Good first half, but now this is where the challenge comes in. Flash used as a support for his teammates, and they're actually double peeking around, effectively turning this into a 2-lane fight, double peeking them down and leaving EG in a 4 versus 3 versus 1. It shouldn't be possible for Boo, but a few well-placed headshots, and those odds could quickly turn into his favor.
He's got time. That's the only real thing on his side at this point.
There's a firing squad waiting on the other side, though, and this giving himself every advantage. This is a Cypher clutch. Unfortunately, there's 3 players holding the angle, so he's gonna die. But, you know, I loved watching him try.
Like, you could tell he's a
Killjoy. When they initially locked it in, they had a Cypher on their roster as well. That would have been wild to start on attack, but luckily, that wasn't the real comp. Here we go. Good damage by Ethan. He's down to a pistol. What? 3 kills!
He's playing a Frenzy and a Stinger. That shouldn't be allowed. There should be a rule that you're only allowed to have one of those guns at a time.
It's actually out what ideas they have, just like we've been trying to do. It's a challenge, certainly, and you know, it's a challenge for us. They don't have X-Ray. At least I hope they don't. That'll make a big difference. Already, opening pick going to Heretics. Now remember, weaker weapons here, and I think that was a Spectre that was dropped.
Yeah, just trying to get that little bit of extra space. Com in the right position at the right time. He's tagged desperately low. But in fact, the pressure's coming in from behind. BCJ's managed to catch another one. Now diminishing any advantage that was there, but keloqz lurking through the back lines. This should be for free. An easy kill to turn it back into a 3v3 scenario. Com still in an aggressive spot. He finds another, drops the spike on the ground, and now they have the pincer, have them surrounded. It's all onto keloqz, and even he can't win this round. What a play from Com.
It's much more one-dimensional. You got to dash forward. You can't just appear in their spawn. And let's see what he can do here. Great flash by Ethan. What a setup. 2 kills for his trouble. Down goes a nano to delay a little longer, and there's only 20 seconds left on that clock. They have got to get going now. That first duel doesn't go too bad. Nor does the second. They're back in control.
Oh, the spam's going to get rid of him, though.
10 seconds.
It actually comes out from BCJ. That Odin has actually worked out for them. Trying to get that plant again. Boo just needs to defend. Mixwell will be able to get it down. Somehow turning it 2v2.
He's dodged the flash. There's the wall bang from BCJ's in Astral 4. Weapon out, not on time. Boo has a chance. Headshot needed, and it's delivered. All right, Rolling Thunder. They're not messing around here. Straight into the side.
Oh,
and
it's
keloqz,
gorgeous.
he has just embarrassed BCJ. But he had plenty of friends here to help him out. And look at the spot. What a flash.
Oh, post flashes this round have been fantastic. Boostio, he's only going to be able to drop the KO to the floor. They haven't managed to get him back up yet, and in fact, another pick coming through. This is actually a 2v2 for a second. Eventually, that res is found in the apple. But not only did they have the Rolling Thunder into the backlines, which makes me think it probably was his flash because Mixwell was around the corner doing the Rolling Thunder, but there was a flash into that back corner that meant BCJ was not only still just sat there. I don't know if they're going to expect it anymore. The flash is fantastic as well, and the swing comes out from the SMGs. Just a tiny gap behind the aftershock, and EG still.
They are looking as if they're retake B. They've got a Killjoy on site and a turret watching for a long push, but instead it's Ethan watching long. Boo's caught completely off guard. Boostio's able to grab 1, 2, and now took in for a little more. Ethan's eventually going to deal with AvovA, and this is now looking done and dusted. keloqz has to do it all with that Blade Storm, and nothing will be found. 11-8, and now so much value has to be found by these attackers, and they're not expecting another player. There's the flash and a decimation on A-Long, just shutting down any hope for Heretics here. Boo was lurking. Now he's the last man standing in a 1v4, Stinger in hand. He's managed to sneak by them, but BCJ, well, I think he should be aware that timing could have gotten them, but they're not accounting for it just yet. No one's watching the angle. Oh, no, Boo! You know, the Stinger, it's not what it used to be. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh, misses fast. keloqz is completely blind, but I guess it doesn't matter. So was Jawgemo on the other side. Nice shot from Ethan. He hasn't been missing too many. Now Com is the snake in the grass. Sat back, but things have slowed down. There's not really a reason for Heretics to continue to push this. They found a Rolling Thunder with the ult orb for Mixwell, and they already have a man advantage.
Yeah, I gotta respect keloqz, man. He just doesn't...
It's going to go through in a second or two.
No?
Already, the knife is going to give them a little bit of extra information. BCJ, though, just with a spam through the smoke, has managed to take out two. The wallbang not doing anything. Zeek has found that frag instead. Back into a 2v2 we go. Com has managed to hold onto some ground. He's pressuring onto Zeek. The spike plant will come through, and there's a flank. Boostio in behind.
This might not be expected. So many angles to consider at this point. They know where Com is, or was at least. Starting to move out. Now here's what I like. They're taking their own control, and that set them up nicely, actually, for avoiding this killjoy ult. They don't need to worry too much about it. Sure, Zeek might be in a tough position, but AvovA, he might even catch them on the way through. It's the timing. It's absolutely everything here. It comes down to just one man left, and he's being detained.
No!
Zeek!
Don't do it!
He's been caught out!
No! Oh, he was so convinced that his teammate would be able to survive.
Playing your primary role. Let's see how this one goes. Already, Team Heretics taking it right into the site. keloqz good for one, but the trade is clean. The nano delays the rest of the team. And it looks like Boostio might even get out. He's being spotted though, and that's a clean kill.
Yeah, again, solid flash. That one coming through from Mixwell. That's happened a couple of times where they have a lot of these sort of flash and dash setups coming out to give keloqz that opener.
Massive damage. 13 HP left on Zeek, 68 on Mixwell. And what was previously, 10 seconds. Oh, there's going to be a fight in mid. And that's gone Team Heretics' way despite the low HP. BCJ left on 30, and he's got two opponents to deal with. Mixwell low. Look, this has been a scrappy round so far. But they're still in with a chance on EG.
BCJ desperately low on health. Needs an instant kill, and he's not going to get anything for it. Heretics have got themselves, I believe they're...
Zeek playing the Sentinel and Mixwell on the Initiator, because we have a position here where Mixwell, in the previous round when he popped that support flash for keloqz, he's last man into the site there. This is leaving, so basically, he can't do that if he's lurking, right? If he was playing a Killjoy over on B, it would have to be Zeek last guy in, if he's the flash, to play that exact role. So I almost feel like there could be a possibility Mixwell's taking this so Zeek can play more aggressive, almost, on the attack side with that Killjoy. Why have they lost so many players already?
He go for a knife because he ran out of bullets. This is one of the messiest rounds. So he's looking to try and isolate that final duel, and with it getting a little bit awkward, he will finally find it. He knows roughly where that last man is going to be in. The plant should be in. Maybe going to find him with the tag at least. That gives the information over to the other side, and an SMG's been picked up. I don't know if he knows he's close, but he finds the shot anyway. That round shouldn't...
Right away, this guy's going to be coming through. Odin in hand, already with the reveal, and there's the kill. Zeek down and out. No lurking this time.
That's the only rifle on the floor. Now it should be very easy to retrieve, and it's going to go into the hands of Mixwell. They've just got information on basically every single player. I think only AvovA didn't get hit by that knife.
Decent shock as well. Stripped some shields, done some damage. And he's still got plenty of bullets left. He's been spacing out his spams. You don't want to siege it for now.
Yeah, they've smoked the alarm bomb as well. So that's not going to be the information there. Just that small piece of utility has managed to put the pressure onto Com. First goes his way with the Odin. He is going to get tagged up at wallbagged as well. Mixwell looking good so far, and now the Odin's in enemy hands.
The only rifle they had was a Guardian. You know, they had the chance to spam back at the start of the round, but they did it in the end. And now an Odin picked up for Boo, a recon. 20 seconds till that's going to be back online, and that means a last-second exec here from EG even gets a little more dangerous. They're starting to make their way in already, looking for space. Mixwell up close, going to be a massive danger. He's gone for the play, swinging up in, and they had absolutely no idea, no iota what was coming their way, and the Odin wallbang to close it out. 3-2.
You sent me a message saying they're about to win this round comfortably.
He predicted that in the Halo days. He knew it all. It's not a surprise, man, honestly. He just has to rub his head like a crystal ball and the visions come to him. 3-0 right now. Weak weapons for EG. We know what that means. It's going to be a big round from the defenders. Just kidding. Boostio's already dead. Close corner for Ethan. That's one good damage. They need a follow-up, though. And so far, that follow-up's just not there. Nicely handled by Heretics all in all, and got a follow-up flash for his teammates to go through. They've got a recon up close. That's so much information. A great late round set play. They'll still have one cycle of utility coming online for post-plant, but they've got to get onto a site, and they've lost keloqz.
Yeah, just to peek through the edge of the smoke.
That's a great shock dart
Good
as well.
timing. With 30 seconds left, they still have to push into the entirety of this setup. Now this is going to force them back, but they're going to be able to delay with the utility they have. They're waiting to the last second to throw down those nano swarms. That is brilliant from Boostio. They're not going to be able to get much of the space whatsoever, and now the remaining players of EG can start pushing back into the site. The turret has just managed to get a kill, and there's only 10 seconds for them to get this spike down. In fact, they have to go back and retrieve it.
All they need to do is deny it. It has to come in here and now, and it's done. They've already conceded. They knew the plant couldn't be secured, and this round will go to EG.
Last 4 seconds. So that's when he pops the util com. What is this?
Yes!
Why are you fighting this with an own?
Yes!
And he's gonna get the kill! Jawgemo's found on the other side of the map as well. He gets dinked instantly and still swings.
Tom, all I'm going to say is if I try that in ranked, you are going to scream at me for the next
because you'll
minute.
die
I know,
instantly.
but it's a play, and I've seen it at pro play. I'm going to do it in ranked now.
Also, you don't have the dart that gets in the
That is also, yes, that is also very accurate, but I don't need to hear your negativity. What a gorgeous play from Calm. I'm really enjoying this early round, Odin. Look, that aside, they have the advantage, and Team Heretics do not seem to be getting any ground. Another player dropped the spike, confirmed to be outside of A, and at this point, it's like reading a children's novel. This should be easy as can be for EG. Not taking a step wrong to close it.
Yeah, really nice round from Jawgemo especially.
Going!
This is such an aggressive play. They had a dart to set him up as well. Just trying to catch Heretics off guard, and that's exactly what they've done.
Just a full anime battle, everything being thrown at this main. And in the end, look, they end up barely even, but a quick kill pulls it right back. The map control for Heretics here. They've got main, and they might be able to fight their way back up, but still 2 players waiting on the site. Calm knows that push can be coming through, and the flash on the other side was actually was that Mixwell's flash?
Yeah, I think so.
Unlucky.
No, it didn't catch him this time. They attempted it before. Hoping for...
It is, they just have to understand what part of the map they've conceded control of, and they understood it perfectly. Locking down spawn with 2, watching their back, and having a player on site comfortable to stay passive and wait for that drop to come through. There was 0 space given to Heretics here, and again, short of a massive individual play, there was never going to be a result that favored them. EG walking out with 3. And a strong start to this map for the attack side of Heretics, but EG quickly on their heels.
Yeah, this is the thing.
The benefit here, pushing those players back, stealing information from their hands. Look at the response. EG look to fight for short, and Ethan has the perfect flash. Not the perfect execution after, but it's at least got them the info, and that'll get the ult pop. That sent Heretics running to the other side of the map.
Yeah, the thing is, though, the setup's still ready for them. Turret watching. Ethan's also going to catch out AvovA, so no smokes to try and make this play work. Jawgemo rotating, Calm on the cross. They are very ready for this, but Zeek wins the battle. It's traded back in mid. Their lurk is gone, and Zeek now trying to get that bit more aggressive. Oh! They have been slaughtered as they try and enter the B site. And EG, just moments ago, was sat 0-4, given nothing.
And I've saved this time, and there's not going to be a dash to play with on the other side. A chance to do some damage, and they did manage 1 tag, but it's just going to be reset. Closing the distance at least, but with Sheriffs, how much can they expect here? The shorty on the other side having a whale of a time up close. AvovA run! He's got to reload at least. Buys him a little bit more time, but there's too many players. EG were 4-0. Oh, BCJ, you need to go huge! That's going to do it! A quick double. But unfortunately, we've seen Mixwell pump the ultis right back online. Boostio, though, wants to shut it down, keep those kills in their favor. 3 versus 3. Ability to fight back in. Ethan's got a kill, and they have a lockdown. This should be a round for EG. Team Heretics need to find an advantage. They can't just sit down and wait for the retake to... They can't just sit down and wait for the retake to come through, and here's a problem now. Okay, maybe not. Mixwell's fighting for it. He's trying to make up for that flash. If only he still had one. Time to run away.
Zeke's managed to find one, but he needs his teammate to try and hold on here. Mixwell, he gets the final. That was such a weird battle. Both players after the dash waiting for their gun to come out. A lot of damage done onto keloqz. A shock dart here would put him in the grave. And there it is.
On the mark.
Oh, I guess nothing. an attempt to try and catch them. Would have been trapped within it, but it was a sacrificial play, a bit like what Ethan's doing. Just running through! 2 headshots instantaneously. Does he know, though, there's a player on the site? Seemingly not. Com's taking a lot of damage. 2 players tagged up, and Boo is now holding onto that cross. Just making sure that nobody has already made it forward, giving AvovA the all clear to try and get this spike down.
Problem's always going to be a player walking down those stairs. Now they know where he is as well, and there's a flank coming through. Boo's in a lot of trouble. 30 bullets left, 27 now, and he's dead. 0 with Boostio dropping him. It's all onto AvovA. This man has had more clutches than I can count. It's time to put another on the board. If Team Heretics are to hit 6 here, have any chance of winning the half, that's the first, but in comes the deadly duo, Ethan and Boostio. Low HP on Ethan. Boostio doesn't even need his teammate. Well handled, 6 found. And the lead's still possible for EG at the halftime.
But that's the thing, like, EG are just so...
They've got one more round on the attack to try and pick it up. Zeek could be in trouble here. That's just a sheriff. He didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, a bit of an optimistic fight to take. But in a round like this, you almost have to be a little bit more aggressive. keloqz into the site. He is the man that needs to go huge. First kill is Wade, trying to take it all, and a little bit unlucky. BCJ full sprint, headshot him through the floor. But they are blinded. A 3v3. Weaponry for Mixwell, weaponry for AvovA. It's possible.
It looks like we got another weapon picked up. It's not quite the same caliber. Rocking in with the Spectre, but it'll do something at least. Quick tag up top, that's going to slow your push. Mixwell, he's inside the smoke, he's up close, there's a kill! But it's traded right back out. The dash into the site from Jawgemo, and he's caught a no! What? Oh, I need a replay of that. But immediately, what in the... How? That's 7-5 at the half. Well deserved from EG. From 4-0 down. They
also got this aggressive push. It's expected. It's being watched for. I don't know if he's going to get too much from this, but even still, time has been bought. Now they look to reposition. Go back towards that main spot as the retake begins.
2 frenzies on the drop down. Just shredding them. Turning them to Swiss cheese. Ethan hitting every single shot, and no chance he's stopping anytime soon.
Also got the read. It's just about timing. If there can be even a little bit of delay, a smoke's going to go down. This could be perfect. Into the smoke they go. Mixwell gets 1. Now the full force of this Heretics roster is going to be in position. However, they're starting to get mowed down. Zeek's found another. Boo through the smoke gets 1 more, but he's traded out as well. Zeek has got another. It's all onto BCJ. keloqz with the sheriff trying to bait him, but the spike is down deep. There's not much time left on the clock. He's just waiting and watching for the shots not connected. And half buy. Like, they have saved some credits.
Bit of cash, yeah.
So even a plant might be enough to get them a purchase into the next round, especially with the lower shields. keloqz is going to be forced out of there. Never mind, he's dead. Traded by Boo. But that's a weapon on the ground. He needs to get a little bit more. Spam is finding at least a bit of extra damage. The flash through has put him down. He's on 2 HP. He needs to wait for reinforcements.
He ran into the nade as well. Must have thought that was the last pulse on it. Now rifles retrieved as well. Ethan and BCJ stacked up with Mixwell on 2 health. Final cascade, it's time to make that retake happen, and Boostio stopped them with a stinger! Team Heretics, they had to do it here, and now all hope is on Zeek. The 1 versus 2, he knows where they are, but it's a whole different ball game dealing with the BCJ deals the final blow, 10 rounds for...
If I'm honest, I feel like they need to start it here. It's not the greatest purchase, okay? A Guardian did well for them in the last half. Maybe it can again. And they are desperately hopeful that this man can step up. Trying to play close. Got a little bit of support from AvovA, but he goes down in the trading, the spacing. It's perfect from EG. They don't give them a moment's notice, instantly taking out the A defense. This round is already done.
There can be no doubt at this point the level of play. All across those ways in, hell, even a glimmer of hope at this point. Saved Bulldogs, some credits. They can try to fight back, but Tom, look, that's gone. We talked about it at the start of this round. You said have that slower start to the tournament, and there's no way to come back into it. You don't get to have that bad first game and bounce back. An advantage for them as the push comes into B.
Zeek needs to do well here. Already, Jawgemo goes swinging, but he's put down by Mixwell. Zeek can only get 1. That's the site under their control. Khan still lurking. Oh, he's a little bit unlucky. Mixwell may be aware, and Ethan's trying to cross. He's managed to get a bit of space here, and he's not going to get caught. It seems like they've got an idea. It seems like they know that he's around this corner. Maybe not. First goes his way, but he can't quite correct. A round on the board for Heretics. Finally, we see some life in this roster.
Well, it was about time. A round on the board at long last. A dabbing penguin to seal the deep.
Got their lockdown as well in this round. Blade Storm available. There's
Oh!
plenty they can do. Flash is decent, but it's only a trade. It gives the setup. BCJ gone again. Now this is a bit more of a problem. 2 rounds in a row without having those smokes. They need to almost just find the space, find the gap. And right now, they're potentially peeking in. This lockdown's being used as a ruse, a fake, to try and bait them into the rotation. They're going to use up one ult to try and counter it. And in the meantime, keloqz has found another. AvovA about to come under pressure as well. And in fact, he's somewhat been baited by the fake plant. It's not going to go down, but he knows where they are.
Still hitting the shot, another thing. Great flash, but another player out wide. Not caught. Boostio grabbing himself another. And we end up 2 versus 2. Lockdown could be the turning point of this. I mean, that is blocking out all of the control. And Jawgemo, he's going for it. He's updrafted. At least he's staying aggressive. He just needs the kill. 1 second to go, and it's not going to happen.
No, you can't do that.
Bite-sized little niblets. He's chopped up. And we're going to end up with 7 on the board for Team Heretics. A stylish 7th as well.
That's
right off the rip. So much damage done. I love this man. And there's the follow-up with the stinger. A brave TP on the site for the info, and it works out for a trade.
keloqz is going through. He's pushing in. He's going to get tagged up by the drone. A chance for him to be taken out almost instantaneously. Now Boostio desperately low. The rotation now coming back in. But they do have themselves that Odin to almost try and man the cross, to try and deny them back into the site. They will have a decent idea of where he is, though.
I love this, man. Yeah, attack side Odin, it hits different. That's a BCJ call if ever I've seen one. Calm, ready, and waiting. Here comes the big boy! Another kill, and that's shut them down. Heretics only have AvovA left, and he's revealed.
What? That was a nasty shot back through. He actually tries to use the dart to bait much for them.
And they had used it from the shadows at the same time. So like, there's just so much going against you.
Okay.
That's a great early fight for Heretics. They had so many weak weapons here. Okay, they're fully aware. They've naded him, they've flashed him, they've hit him so much, and Calm will only get the one. Mixwell, though, quite low, and now that he's gone down, this is scarily doable.
Yeah, look at the guns. The remaining 2 players only have stingers. There's plenty of time for Boostio. With the time ticking, just going to try and battle and waste it as much as humanly possible. The first not quite going to go his way, and they need to get on that diffuser, but they will have plenty of time in the end. Just trying to isolate them, trying to fight them, but it didn't quite work out this time. Heretics, and a full retake being set up. Stingers across the board, utility being used, and Com's found the opener. That lockdown's gone. In fact, he's got 2. What an incredible Hunter's Fury to start the round. A trade from AvovA at least makes this one look feasible, but they are still in a bad spot.
I think you hit both of them with that first Hunter's Fury blast. It must have, because the second one was the one that got the kill on Mixwell. That is the most unlucky timing. They've got stingers on the other side. The ult was one of the only things that they had going in their favor, and comes late. 3 kills for this man, and it's the first time he's fired a shot. They still haven't dealt with him, and by the time they do, there's so many players rooted in on the site. A good attempt, wrapped down to just 1. Jawgemo has to do it alone. A stinger, good for the first,